Are you working for your business, or is your business working for you? The number one thing that you need to do in your business is get your money right. You need to really be careful on what you do with your money, where you put your money. I recently had someone reach out to us. They're in a business where they don't get paid for about 2 to 3 months after the work's been done. And this person is always having like poor cash flow. There's people out there that are absolutely crushing it, right? Making lots of money in wealth management. But there's other people out there in any industry where they're not actually earning enough money. They don't have enough cash flow to sustain their income, to sustain their life. Is your business model, the way it's set up, actually serving you? Maybe you offer a service where you do like 30 days credit. You provide the service to your clients, right? And then you get paid 30 days later. I know I wouldn't want to do that. And it's not a very safe way of doing that, because what if now that client turns around and says, you know what, I can't pay you money. You've already serviced them. You've already provided service. And now you're chasing money. This happens a few times with a few different clients, customers. Your business could go pop. So you want to really be careful on how you actually manage your business, how you manage your money, how you operate your business, where you put your money. The amount of business owners I've seen out there that won't invest a single penny in promoting their business online, getting it to a wider audience, because they rely on word of mouth. Is your business one of those where you just rely on word of mouth? Where do you get most of your business? Oh, word of mouth. Oh yeah, well, it's great. Yeah, it's great that you got word of mouth. Yeah, you want to be proud of that, but at the same time, you don't want to be too proud of that, because if you're just relying on word of mouth and people stop talking, guess what happens? Your business stops growing. So you can't be relying on other people to help to grow your business, right, through word of mouth. So it's really important that you maybe invest some money back into an area and you put some money into different strategies and test things out. I'm constantly looking now to test things because I want to see what else can I make work in my business. So I'm really careful on where I put my money. I definitely do put my money into different places. And yes, I made mistakes. Even last couple of weeks, I made some mistakes. And I made mistakes for 45 grand. We worked with a certain agency helping us in a certain area of our business. And in fact, we had 2 of these going on at once. And we were paying them $45,000 for a 3-month commitment. There's 2 different things that we're having done from 2 different companies at the same time. Work that out. The math on that is $90,000 that we lost in 3 months because we put it in the wrong place. But here's the thing. That could have been the right place. Unless we tested, we didn't know if it's going to be in the right place or the wrong place. So sometimes you're going to have to lose some money. Sometimes you will burn some money. And you can't be afraid of doing that. But the way you do that is you don't just put all of your, let's just say I had 45,000 in my bank account and I just took the whole 45 grand and I just put it out there. You wouldn't do that. You test things small. You test things and see if they work. And if they work, guess what? You do more of it. If it doesn't work, you say, right, we've tried that. It didn't work. So let's find the next thing that we've got to do. But the thing is, you need to create income for you to be able to invest back into your business. So you need to set yourself monthly monetary targets of how much money that you want to earn. So let's just say right now your business revenue is at 50,000 a month. Now you know what that 50,000 a month does for your lifestyle. You know exactly how far that actually goes at 50 grand. If you had 100 grand coming in, double the amount, think about how much of a difference that would make to your business. That extra 50,000, how much that would impact your lifestyle, how much more resources that you can have. Maybe you could hire some more team members. But how do you get there? How do you actually make the additional money? You actually have to put some money back into the pot, and you have to be careful. Are you paying some staff that are not serving you well? Have you got people on your payroll that are not doing the job they've been paid to do? So then if that's the case, you need to cut them off. If you can't train them, if they won't do the work, you need to say, hey, listen, let's wipe that person off. Let's wipe this contractor off. Let's do this, let's do that. So you want to constantly have a big overview of where your money's going. So now what I do on a month-to-month basis, we go through our bank statements, we go through our expenditure, we go onto our online platform where all our accounting is. Let's just look at what we brought. Oh, that subscription, I didn't need that. Oh, what's that? I didn't know we're still paying for that. What is that? I don't even know what it is. How many things have you got going out on a monthly basis where it's not needed? Excess cost, right? You want to take some of those things and cancel those things that you're not using. We calculated last year, I can't remember exactly the figure, but we had so many different subscriptions coming out from all sorts of different softwares. And then we found one software that could do everything from all the other things, and it was a lot cheaper. So we just cancelled it out. So unless you've got someone who's in control of your finances, a lot of people don't really do a good job of actually monitoring their costs, their outgoings, their incoming. So I'd really suggest that on a monthly basis, you actually do a profit and loss. How much loss you're making, look at how much profit you're making. What do we actually need in our organization? What area is really struggling, is being starved of oxygen? Is it your sales process? Is it maybe your lead generation? Is it maybe client care? Look at some areas in your business that's actually been suffocated, or maybe you're not even aware that you actually have problems in different areas because all you're focused on is maybe just selling products. You've got to be looking at your business as a whole and thinking, what other areas do we need to invest in? Now, we're looking at client care, At the beginning of my journey, I didn't know what client care was. What's client care? But when you have a certain amount of clients, you need someone to actually facilitate and take care of those clients. You're making sure that everything's okay. You need to have good people in all areas of your business, good salespeople. Maybe it's an assistant that you need. Maybe it's an EA you need, someone to manage your social media. Maybe you're a business owner right now. You're spending so much time on social media, writing your own posts and doing this, that, and the other, trying to service your clients, trying to take care of your home life, trying to do X, Y, and Z, trying to be everything to everybody else. And yet that use of your time isn't a good use of your time. So what you should do then, you should take some money and actually put some into that area that's not really your job. Unless you're a startup, you're at early stage, I don't believe a business owner should be doing their own social media posts unless you're really good at it and you enjoy that. I'm not saying that don't make some videos and lives and stuff, but you got to have a balance of let's see how much time and effort I'm actually doing on my socials. Now let's say that you're spending 20 hours a week running your own social media account, and you're working 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week. Now, imagine if you took that 20 hours a week back and you handed that responsibility to somebody else, and that you actually had that 20 hours extra a week to actually work on your business and actually make the business work. Are you working for your business, or is your business working for you? That's an interesting one, right? Most people are actually working for their business. Their business isn't working for them because they're in a glorified job. And I say this quite often. The amount of times we've spoken to people where their staff are actually earning more money than them. The amount of business owners that we've actually spoken to is that they're not even actually drawing a salary or a wage out of the business. And it's been 3 years, 4 years. They're dependent on someone else's income in the household to actually manage their finances to pay the bills. You sit around waiting for the one day everything's going to be perfect and all the money's going to come back in and you can pay back the money to your partner. But here's the thing, years have gone by and you're doing the same thing. Not only do you make your business work for you, but you also make your money work for you too. So how can you leverage off some of your money? What can you do where you can actually invest some money into your business and get some of the help that you need in different areas? Write down 5 different areas of your business that you may be involved in. Sales, your marketing, your social media, client care, your accounting, whatever it is. And ask yourself a question is this actually good use of my time? It might be, it might not be. So only you can be the judge of that. You might justify it to yourself well, you know what? I can't trust my staff with it. You got to watch where you put your money. So you're putting your money into staff members that you have no confidence in that they can actually do the job, and you're overseeing every single freaking thing in your business, and then what happens is your business doesn't grow because you're actually working in your business and you don't realize that. I was there for many years and I see a lot of people making the same mistake over and over again. So you really have to watch where you put your money inside your business. Don't be afraid to test things. Maybe 10% of your profit you actually take back and test things. Not everything's going to work, but you got to be on the forefront of your business, testing, tweaking, right? It's really important because that's what helps us grow. Right now, we're testing lots of different things. Again, I always want to be testing new things. I don't want to be stuck, because let's just say that you have a certain strategy that's working for you. Let's just say, for example, that it's a lead generation strategy where most of your clients come from. For example, Facebook. A lot of people market on Facebook. 95% of your business is coming through Facebook ads. All of a sudden, your ad accounts get banned, you get banned on there, or they just decide to lock your freaking Facebook off. What's going to happen then? Your business is f***ed. Simple, that's what's going to happen then, because you put all your eggs into one basket. You didn't diversify your traffic sources. Look at how else you can actually bring in customers to your business or clients. So how can you put some money elsewhere to run alongside this one platform? Don't ever put all your eggs in one basket and rely on this one channel to bring your leads. Start to go wider. You don't have to go spending a bunch of money on, let's say, Google ads or LinkedIn. Put a little bit in, test it. If you've got something working on one platform, that means that you've got something right. Your messaging is right. Your targeting is okay. You've got the right audience. You've got a good offer. Whatever industry that you're in, if you're operating online, you're doing some form of lead generation, you should be able to replicate that onto another platform. There might be some tweaks that you have to make, but I definitely suggest that you actually just imagine you're taking all the money at your bank and you've actually put it down in front of you. Now ask yourself a question all right, I've got this big wad of cash. Hopefully you do. If you don't, you need to contact me, right? So you've got a big pile of cash there. You ask yourself, what can I do with this cash? Where can I invest some of this money elsewhere to actually test things? You're not obviously going to get rid of the whole bunch of cash, right? So take 5%, 10% out of that and just try something different. Try something new. It's really important that you actually watch where the money is within your business, right? Or where the money isn't within your business, because that could be another challenge itself, right? There isn't enough money in the business. So then ask yourself a question, well, why do I not have enough money in my business? What's actually the bottleneck in my business? What's holding my cash flow? Why am I not getting sales? Am I actually making sales activities, calling leads? In fact, I was on my inner circle just the other day and had a lovely couple on the coaching call, and they were saying how much the coaching's really helped them in different areas and stuff. And the lovely lady said, look, we've found a way where we've got 2 extra hours to watch Netflix. And I said, hey, that's great. I'm glad that you're enjoying Netflix, but what are you actually doing to grow your business? And it went quiet. Like my primary intention isn't to help you create more time to watch Netflix. I want to help you grow your income. So I was straight out, right, that's great. Netflix is great, but what are you actually doing to grow more sales? How many sales are you making each month or each week? And it was a couple sales. Well, that's not good enough. I want you to get up to 10 sales. This is why it's so important to have a mentor, someone who can actually identify the holes in your bucket, because you can't sustain a business, right? Just making 2 sales a week. I want you to scale that. I want you to really I want to get into your mind and say, well, how can we put more money into the business so we got more money in the business to play with, right? Because money makes money, does it? Have you heard that? Money makes money? Not necessarily. Money's a state of mind, but let's just say on this topic that you actually need money to invest into your business to make you back more money, because money is a tool. It's a resource that you use to actually expand the good that you can do with that money, right? So you can leverage off money. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can actually leverage. So take this money, get that person or get that company to do X, Y, and Z. So this morning I was on the train back from the gym. I thought, what other ways can we bring business in? So we've changed a few things in our business where when you're running an online business, a lot of business owners in our space, especially any kind of consulting service, is you have a closer set model. So I want to take that away. I don't want to take that away, but I want to add into addition to that. So now we're actually hiring BDMs, like business development managers, with a good base pay and a good commission structure where they can actually go out and build the business without the internet. So tomorrow, if the internet decides to shut down, guess what? I've got these other sources in my business where we can actually still draw business in, so we're not going to go broke. In fact, I was watching something on social media the other day. There was this actor. He made a certain comment, something. He went against Hollywood and he said something about, he opposed something, and what happened is they cancelled him. So he lost his house, he lost his cars, he lost his lifestyle, because all that money was coming from that one source. Okay, so think about this. Do you have a big mortgage, a number of cars that you're running, kids in a private school? Do you have other outgoings that you need your business to sustain? Now, if that's the case, ask yourself a question. How can I put a security net around this? And how can I not put all of my risks in one place? How can I actually bring business from elsewhere? How can I not rely on this one platform? Think about your number one platform that you have right now, where you're getting most of your business. If you do have a platform of some sort, some form of a lead generation where your clients come from, maybe it's a trade show that you do, maybe it's PPC, maybe it's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok. Now ask yourself a question. Now, if that shut down today and that went offline for 7 days, what would happen to your business? Imagine if it happened for a month. I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to kind of wake you up and shake you up. I just want you to look at your business from another angle and really identify some of the risks that could potentially be there, right? So remember, watch where you put your money within your business, right? I'll see you on the next one. Take care.